where Liquid want to go. They've gone for, well, B pretty much every time except, I think, once. And why not when it's working?
Yeah, it's a little awkward to watch, isn't it? No presence towards the B-bombs. Like, again, Buster aggressive. They've got one.
You have to ask, like, when does Virtus.Pro just say, okay, we're just going to push B?
Yeah. And I mean, they are starting to do it. Like Buster, here you go, all the way down the stairs. He's got that map control there. James aggressive in mid, holding the angle. So that's allowing 3 players to play however they want in A. They know this is an A hit at this point. So Evilgenuises going to take a ton of nade damage on the ramp. Nitro takes a couple of tags as well. And Liquid, they're absolutely stuck in this A ramp at the moment. There is nowhere they can go. They're starting to think about a loop back around at this point as Evilgenuises makes more and more noise towards the ramp, and they might actually get the timing here. Buster still aggressive on the ramp, but he spots out the gun of Twist, and now he's got to win the opening duel. Not able to do it as Liquid finally asserts some pressure down towards this B-bomb site, and is actually going to catch Virtus.Pro off guard. Adren able to take down the flank in the form of Evilgenuises, but the B-bomb site has been given up in the meanwhile, and Bomb set to go down. It's going to have to be a 4-on-4 for Virtus.Pro, but they've got presence here early on.
They're definitely going to need an early frag here. Stewie's low at HP, so's Nitro, and James going to get the first shot onto NASA. Man advantage back to Virtus.Pro. They have the health advantage as well. The utility, it's going to be enough to help push back in, but can they hit the shots when they need? It's going to be the question. Like a Keykurt, he's ready to come in towards stairs as well, directly behind them when the push comes in from the upper. They smoke it off as well. Nitro gets dropped by Adren as he pushes in towards the site. Twist is trying to spray through the smoke. When are they actually going to have the push coming from behind? Keykurt, he's there. He has opportunity to pick up some kills. He spots it the first, takes down Stewie, but there's going to be a second man there. It's Twist, and he'll eventually fall to Sanji, and Virtus.Pro will pull off the defuse. They'll pull off the retake. But that was still a little bit too close for comfort.
A little bit too close for comfort, but again, Virtus.Pro just unlocking Liquid one piece at a time, right? If that flank comes in a second earlier, the round is over, it's done. He was a little bit slow with it, perhaps some little nerves coming in as he goes for the backstab, but it still works out with one piece at a time, right? If that flank comes in a second earlier, the round is over, it's done. He was a little bit slow with it, perhaps some little nerves coming in as he goes for the backstab, but it still works out with one piece at a time, right? If that flank comes in a second earlier, the round is over, it's done. He was a little bit slow with it. Perhaps a little moment and a half on Vertigo.
I actually really like the smoke, by the way, they used to cut off like the entrance to B, because you would think on the T side, all right, well, there's no one behind us, then why else would they smoke that? Unfortunately, Keykurt was only able to get one, and they did trade in the end. But it doesn't matter. Virtus.Pro take the round, and a performance and a half so far out of them on Vertigo. Still have Mirage to come up second, but they haven't closed out this map just yet. And they're going to do a little bit of damage onto Na from Sanji. Double AKs and the pistols out of Liquid, they're really looking to break the bank out of Virtus.Pro, which they definitely have the opportunity to do so here if they can just close out this round. And we're seeing some presence out of middle, like Liquid are starting to lean towards the B site, and maybe they realize after getting the bomb down that that's something they can do. Twist gets a kill on a Buster, and that's going to be potentially a gun picked up for them unless it fell off the map.
Have they finally worked out that there's 2 bomb sites on Vertigo? Kicker and Sanji out towards B, looking to hold it down, but the pressure is going to come on. Smokes, nades, everything Liquid have got is flowing in towards this B bomb site. Twist out in no man's land, and it's a quick double for Kicker, finally taken out by Evilgenuises, but the trades are still there. And it's still a 2-on-3 with Nitro and Nav taking so much damage. Make that a 1v3 for Nitro. And he's got to recover M4, but nothing else. 35 seconds left on the clock, and he's taking more and more damage. The nade through mid brings him down to 7 HP. And it would be a miracle at this point if he can find the 1 versus 3 onto the B-bomb site. Virtus.Pro still dumping utility into B to make absolutely sure nothing can go wrong. They're thinking about the flank at this point, so Nitro is going to be able to pick up a first onto Sanji. The stationary turret of his M4 able to find at least one, but that allows the push to start to come back in with 10 seconds left on the clock. Nitro somehow makes his way onto the bomb site. The plant has been heard. He switches out to the Deagle looking for the 1 Deags, but the pressure's coming on. Can't quite land the first shot, and James will clean things up. Again, messy for Virtus.Pro, but they get their 13th. They're 3 rounds away from stealing map 1 from Liquid and really justifying their map pick in my eyes.
That was still way too close for comfort for me. Like being able to see Nitro just push in, gets the first kill to Sanji, well, he didn't push for that one, and get the bomb down, and then have that potential to pull off those Deagles for the kill in the round. Virtus.Pro's economy would have been bust after that too, and that could have been Liquid on 13 just as quick as Virtus.Pro did get it. But luckily, Adren and James survived. They had a lot of money across the 2, able to drop down for the other teammates, but still, Liquid easily have a chance to get back into this. They just need that one crucial round to break the bank out of Virtus.Pro, and then to start to climb through further and further into this map. But yeah, honestly, going into today, I didn't expect map 1. I didn't expect the series to be as close as it is so far, but I think that's a true testament to what Virtus.Pro has been able to do in their downtime and really able to put on a performance and really prepare for this event.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the boot camp working out, can't you? Everybody's clicking really nicely. The utility usage is good from Virtus.Pro, and the individuals just seem to be trusting themselves as well, and that was something they spoke about a lot. It's just having belief in the system, and it really looks like Virtus.Pro have that now. As Liquid, again, they've got to try and find a way to break this defense, which has been resolute so far. They're going to get some early damage onto Buster in the initial trades down towards that B bomb site, as again, B looking perhaps like it's a slight weakness for Virtus.Pro. Liquid have had more success towards there than they have the A bomb site, to say the least, but not putting too much pressure. Again, sitting back relatively passively and instead looking like they want to try and form some kind of a mid-A split.
I think they've almost unlocked the lock that's been able to maintain these rounds for Virtus.Pro. They've definitely changed things up considering they were hitting A almost every single round. How do they dislodge James? Sitting here ready with AWP. They do have some presence over towards A, though. They've gone towards, like, it looks like almost a default, you know, a little bit of presence towards mid, a little bit towards A. Can easily transition in towards B if they need to, but we can see how far back Virtus.Pro are actually playing at the A site. Considering we saw a Dren before get really aggressive with Keycurt to look for picks down towards the bottom of the ramp, they've actually given up a lot of ground to Liquid this time.
Keycurt looking to correct that as he's getting aggressive behind that smoke on short, and Nitro is aware, of course, that that smoke gives him the opportunity to do so. So going to be watching the angle. Second CT smoke comes in, and Keycurt going to aggress even more, just posting up behind this smoke, and he's hoping for a timing. Two players staring at each other through the smoke, but it will be Nitro to come off better as the aggression comes through. Do they expect the second man? Nitro, no idea at all. Almost catches the spin, but not quite able to do so, and the frags start to come through. 2 on 2 again. Somehow Virtus.Pro are finding this consistency. Buster with another, and it's on to Twist. He's only got 16 HP to work with as he looks to get this bomb down. Time means he has to, and he's at least going to be able to get the plant, needing an absolutely vintage 1v2 from him as he starts to push up, and he's got to find an early headshot. He's got to correct this into a 1v1 if he's going to have any chance at all.
Look how far away Buster is. If he can pull off this 1v1 against Sanji, there's a good chance for it, but Sanji gets the kill, and Virtus.Pro going to go up to 14 now, getting so close to pulling off this first map victory and going on to Mirage up 1-0. But Liquid, they get the bomb down. They've got the loss bonus. They're still going to have the money to buy up into the next round. Some decent damage done to the side of Virtus.Pro, but I think they can feel it. You can see they still have a decent amount of money left to buy up. The aggression finally came through. I was getting really scared for Adren there, though. When he got pushed to the smoke and he didn't take that first shot, if he got turned on and killed, that would have been so unfortunate. And that could have been Liquid taking the round themselves. But either way, Virtus.Pro get it. They get themselves to 14. Get themselves one step closer to that coveted 16 here in map 1.
And they get themselves a little bit of bonus cash as well, just something built up in that bank, so they're not constantly at breaking point anymore. They've got a slight bit of room to breathe as James looks to get aggressive towards the scaffolding initially. Pot flash to allow him to peek down on that AWP to try and find the early opening for his team. As Stewie thinking about the peek straight in. You cannot peek an AWP like that, no utility. And it's just all too easy for James to open things up and find Virtus.Pro yet again that early man advantage. And they just look to play off it. And every time they find these initial picks, they seem to be able to convert the rounds no matter what. The trades have been good. And with a 3-man A hold, and again, Liquid just putting the pressure onto the A bomb site early on. All 4 players over towards A. This is looking like another excellent read from Virtus.Pro.
Okay. There's a wall there. You did see Shane, by the way, after the first shot hit onto Stewie. You saw him almost want to go back for like the second peek. Want to go for another shot, but he kept his composure. Oh, man. Twist has potential to do so much damage through there. And Buster, we talked about when we see some aggression towards B, considering they haven't really gone towards the B site too often, and he's going to be doing just that. He's on stairs a couple of rounds before. Now he's actually pushing down that one. A Dren being dropped down to 30 health as well. Virtus.Pro, even though they have the man advantage, it's not looking like they had it at all in this round, as they're the ones actually worse for wear.
Starting to struggle a little bit. James on a really aggressive angle with this AWP, looking to get his team back into it as Naf finally finds Liquid the advantage, and finally Buster strikes on the flank. James gets another, and the trades start to come through. 2 on 1 now for James on the AWP. He's got the first as he heads towards short, and Elige trying to make his way onto the bomb site will be able to recover the bomb, and it's all on the timing. Up on top of the boxes, over the top of his own smoke. It will be Elige to find round number 12, and this is where that extra little bit of economy becomes crucial for Virtus.Pro. They are not in a great position, but at least they can buy something coming into this round.
My question is, will they buy something? Maybe just some pistols? We have 3 players on around 2K. It's going to be a risky buy-up, I'd say, if they went for it. But I mean, they have that possibility. They still have rounds to play with. It looks like they're actually just going to go play it safe. So just like a deagle or 2 bought up in there. But Liquid, I mean, we've been talking about this for the last like 3-4 rounds, right? Like, even though they're losing rounds, they're still doing a lot of damage to Virtus.Pro and not allowing these rounds to be too clean. And then when they finally win that one round, that's when they can start to snowball this game against Virtus.Pro. And you can see how aggressive VP are getting here, looking for an early shot with the Deagle. 3 players on around 2K.
Love the stack.
It's going to be a risky
to try and get the peak onto Kicker. And
3
he's
players
got control
on
of the
2K.
scaffolding. Unfortunately, not going to be any early pressure coming through from Liquid just yet. As Stewie does manage to clean up Sanji. Will they expect this Liquid? They're looking the wrong way at the moment, but they haven't exposed their heads yet, being very cautious making their way up this A ramp. And Kicker, every second he's here is another second where they can't be finding frags from Adren, who is currently underneath him. So it's just a question of timing. Elige's head spotted out, and he will come through with the double dink. Kicker able to get one off of that boost, but now the pressure starts to pile on towards this A bomb site. And Liquid, they're in a great position to clean this one up. 4 on 4, just got to be consistent, hit your shots, and make your way in. Twist going to find the first headshot to take down Buster. Stewie with a quick second, and this is more like it from Liquid. Twist cleaning up house as Adren with a 1v4, just the default pistol to work with. It's going to make his way straight through the smoke, but can't quite find the headshot he was looking for. So Liquid, they'll have 13, but the buy should be able to come in from Virtus.Pro now.
Yeah, definitely. And James going to go for the op yet again, just with the Kevlar to back it up with. I almost want to imagine he's going to go for an aggressive peek yet again towards ramp, because it worked out so well for them last time. I mean, the round didn't work out for them, but the kills did. But we've even seen them on the B site in this just round prior, so they were looking to get aggressive towards B and actually look to push up. Maybe they're going to continue to do so with Buster, but with the 3 FAMASs, I don't know what you want to call it. Tom and I had this discussion yesterday. We hadn't decided. James actually go for a mid peek and not able to quite connect, but you can see Naf was just ready for it.
Yeah, he just wanted to go for the pre-fire, aware, of course, that there was probably some presence there from Liquid as well, so didn't want to give his life up too early on, and actually is going to fast rotate that AWP in towards the A bomb site, throw a little bit of utility, and look to set himself up aggressively, as again, Liquid putting that early pressure on, trying to get some presence, but nothing coming early in the early engagements. Virtus.Pro happy to sit back on the bomb site this time, not sending the aggression, as Adren with a straight wallbang takes down Stewie 2K, and that is the perfect start for VP. Again, it's a man advantage out of absolutely nothing. They've not taken any contact, and as Kicker gets the second from short, it is looking like it is Virtus.Pro's day. 5 on 3 now, and who's going to show up for Liquid? That's the question. Naf, Nitro, and Twist remaining on the server, and it's going to need something huge from one of them if they want any chance in this round.
And we had Twist waiting for a push towards B for the majority of this round, actually the entire round, expecting Virtus.Pro to get aggressive in some direction, but VP don't actually go for that route. They don't go for that play. They leave Buster there just with the smoke to delay them, which he's going to need to throw down once he spots a pixel or two of Liquid, as they're going to be barreling into the site. And the rotation is just going to be Sanji there, so it's going to be a little bit rough. We do see James actually trying to come and help out in towards middle. Virtus.Pro will have a defense on towards the B side, but Nitro's actually been able to sneak through. If he can hit this first shot, it could be good. James just missing the pixel of the shoulder of Nitro. And now the bomb's going to be planted.
Nice nade damage as well onto Nitro, down to 49 HP, and there's so many angles for Liquid to try and hold here. 5 on 3, Nitro manages to set himself up on the first generators, trying to be aggressive, but Sanji rips his head off and finds the second as well onto Naf. It's just Twist remaining. With only the Galil, he'll only find the first headshot. Virtus.Pro get themselves map point on their pick. And man, oh man, this is a series and a half from them.
I'm just thinking ahead to the future right now. I always seem to do that after, well, towards the later ends of the first map. So just imagine a world where Virtus.Pro beat Liquid 2-0, or just beat Liquid, period. Evilgenuises has already won on Vertigo very heavily up against Mad Lions. It was, I don't want to ruin the score. I had 16-7, I already ruined the score. And they're going to Dust 2. So we could see Mad Lions up against Liquid in the lower side of the Group B bracket. That would be ridiculous. And that could potentially be a short end for Mad Lions if they can't match up to the level of Liquid.
I think
or vice versa. It could be Liquid getting knocked out early again.
I think you've got a very vivid imagination is what I'm going to say.
I just like to think of the possibilities.
13 to 15. Liquid take the timeout, and the Virtus plow, it really is being dusted off here. This is an incredible performance from so many players, and you can really see them starting to just believe in their own capabilities, which is something they spoke about a lot coming out of sort of that drop-off in performance, was just resetting, going back to what worked, and it's working perfectly at the moment. They're on match point. They've got 2 opportunities to shut it down, although Stewie will, for the first time, I believe, pick up a T-sided AWP.
He's looking to match up against James, or just maybe to prevent them from losing the players so early on, where Virtus.Pro have been so successful in getting these initial entry frags, or these entry duels. Looks like he will go over towards ramp. Some early flashes coming in as well, trying to force Buster back. I think James in that direction as well. So Stewie won't have the matchup maybe he's looking for. It's still going to be taking their time. They've gone, you know, semi-default too. Look how passive they're playing towards B, even towards A. They're not taking ramp control off the bat anymore. Just really looking for that early man advantage for themselves, or maybe more importantly, prevent Virtus.Pro from getting that early man advantage.
Yeah, arguably that's the more important thing at this point. Just don't lose a man early if you're Liquid. Just stacking up towards the B bomb site, Twist hoping that somebody gets aggressive over on the catwalk, but not going to happen. And now they're starting to group up, starting to think about where they want to play this push. And Liquid, they're already very low on utility. 3 flashbangs, a Molotov, and a smoke, all that remain for them to get into this bomb site. So it is just going to have to be fragging potential, and it's going to be up to Jame and Buster to hold this one down as the push starts to come in. Nitro aggressive on the angle, just making sure he doesn't give the information up, but that Molotov is so well timed as the smoke goes over the top, and Liquid, they haven't got a smoke to put the molly out. They're running out of utility. They've got to go for this surely. Smoke straight off the map from Jame, but we'll ignore that one for a split second as he looks to set himself up, gets the first on the AWP, but the trade immediately there from Nitro, and Buster just stuck behind second generators as Sanji actually joins him and finds another pick. That's bombed down. Stewie at least able to refrag, but there's so much aggressive presence here. Stewie with another onto a Dren, and Buster and Kicker with the 3-on-2. They've got tags onto several players, and they catch Stewie in the transfer, but Naf's read it perfectly, and Liquid will have 14. We are not done with map number 1 just yet as Virtus.Pro. Oh, look at that economy. Surely this is going to be OT.
It has to be at this rate, unless somehow Virtus.Pro hits some ridiculous shots with these Deagles, or maybe the FAMASas that they're picking up. But you have to wonder, like, with the utility Virtus.Pro had, that should have been theirs to defend. The smoke that did go off the building, we ignored it then, but it would have taken away an angle that Stewie was using with the AWP, would have prevented at least 1 kill potentially from coming through. Obviously, it's really hard to figure out how it would have worked if things played out a little bit differently, but either way, Liquid do take the round in crunch time and put themselves on 14 and 1 away from that overtime. See Jane with the Mag 7.
Not his weapon of choice, is it?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Well, at least he's got the best shotgun in the game, despite what Tom says.
Oh, I might be with Tom on this one.
Of course, you Brits stick together. Where's my American casters over here? Though I'm practically German now since I've been living here 7 years.
I was about to say you're pushing it a little bit with American there, aren't you? But Virtus.Pro, they finally take themselves a timeout to try and work out how they finish the job now, and they are really going to start to feel that pressure ramp up as well, because it feels like Liquid have made as many mistakes as they are going to on a map like Vertigo. This is their time to finish this one, Virtus.Pro, to put the scalp of Liquid on their mantelpiece and give themselves something to shout about coming into map number 2. Deagles, 2 FAMASes, and a Mag 7 coming out for Jame. It's not the buy Virtus.Pro would have been hoping for, but perhaps they can make something of it. Again, actually fully scoped loadout coming out from Liquid this time. 4 Kriegs, 1 AK-47, 1 AK, 1 AWP, there we go. As they are looking to make no mistake, a Legion Nitro crouch walking up the A ramp. They do not want to give anything away to Virtus.Pro here.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, Buster, he really wants this first kill. He really wants to open things up, maybe get a gun for them as well that they're desperately going to need coming into this final round of regulation time. No kit to be seen either for Virtus.Pro, so if they're going to hold on to this, retakes have to be extremely quick or to prevent the bomb from going down altogether. I will say that Liquid have done, I think, a fairly good job of like preventing Kika from getting too many early kills in the later rounds that they've been winning. Buster, that's the shot they needed. Needs it onto Twist as well, but at least a 1-for-1 trade nonetheless.
It's a nice shot with the Deagle to find something, but unfortunately that gun going to be behind the smoke for the time being, and Virtus.Pro know they can't get too aggressive on it. If they lose an extra man here, they're going to be in a lot of trouble as Liquid start to group up, start to plan their execute. Kicker, again, aggressive towards short, hoping for the timing here. And with so many players with nades out, there's potential here. Naf going to be looking at every angle at once and just about manages to clear it. Takes the dink for his trouble, but that won't be of concern for Liquid as the push starts to come in. Smokes all over the place, just completely locking out this bomb site with 15 seconds left. And Sanji was looking for the denial, but the Molotov's going to force him back. It's going to have to be the 4-on-2 retake as Jame, desperate to get something perhaps, goes through the smoke to his demise, and Elige starts to clean things up. Adren needing a 1v4 with the FAMAS at this point, trying to get any information he can. Spots out Elige, but nothing doing, and we will need overtime to separate these 2 teams on map 1.
Well, Liquid able to pull it back on the brink of going down the first map in the series. Well done to them. Also, to be fair, well done to Virtus.Pro considering recent form to be able to take a team like Liquid this far in. Just a shame they weren't able to cross that final step into the finish line. To bring on recent form to be able to take it, but we're going into the overtime. As mentioned, it's a shame they weren't able to cross first final. 19. Nice. I like how we have that updated on the UI because it sometimes gets really confusing when you get into those double and triple overtimes. So let's see. Now every weapon bought here for both sides. Everything they could possibly want. Utility as well. And will we see Virtus.Pro go back to this aggressive play in the beginning to look for the early man advantage?
Setting Kicker up on the scaffolding again, but he is just starting to back off of it as Liquid